Hello students, we are now going to explore quadratic equations together. Here on the screen you will notice that a parabola has been drawn. Here are your directions. This activity is for you to walk through to be able to take your time. When you are ready for the next thing, you will click on the next button and it will walk you through the program. You also have a worksheet that you will need to be able to fill out as you are going through the activity. The first thing you'll notice, the parabola here is resting on the point 0, 0. This one is called the parent function. You will use this as a comparison to any other parabolas that you create. Your first set of directions is at the bottom. It tells you to input values for A, H, and K, which can be seen here in the vertex form. And as you adjust them up here at the top, you can either type in the number or use the sliders to help create the numbers. So at this time, we only have 0 for 2 elements and A equals 1, which makes it a quadratic. You do not want A to be 0. It would no longer be a quadratic. So let's begin. By hitting the next button, it tells you to change the values for A. By moving the slider, notice what is happening. Another parabola is being compared to our parent function. So as the A moves, what is happening? Notice a new parabola is being drawn in red. So what occurred as you changed the A? Write the type of transformation that occurred on your worksheet. When you are ready, hit Next to go to the next task. Here the directions tell you to change the value for H. That would be the second one. Again, you can type in a number here, hit Enter, and a change occurs. Or you can go to the slider and see what is changing as well. On the parabola, it begins to move. How is it moving? Identify what transformation is taking place when you change the H value. When you've answered the questions on the worksheet, you can then hit Next for your next task. Each of these changes need to be observed, but also written down on your worksheet. The directions now say for you to change the K value and see what transformation takes place. Again, you can either type in the value or use the slider. Notice the changes in comparison to the parent function. Use your worksheet to write down your observations. When you're ready to continue, hit the next button. Now we will explore different elements of a parabola. Here you will have check boxes appear. It'll have you walk through the intercepts as well as the vertices. In our case, it will be the vertex for a parabola. So up at the left corner here, you will see a box that has appeared for x-intercepts. When you click on that button, notice on the graph, it shows you what the x-intercepts are. The statement for this task says to click on the x-intercept box to view the x-intercepts for the graph. Change the values of H and K to see the changes. The coordinates for those 2 points have been listed here. As you are making the changes and you see variations in the parabola, you are to consider, when is there only one x-intercept? And when would there be a time that there would be no x-intercepts? As you adjust the h and the k, it'll help you make these determinations. Record your information on the worksheet. After you have hit Next, you will see yet another task. This one is talking about the y-intercepts. So just like the last task, you must click on the box if you'd like to see where the x-intercepts are located. And you will find that you need to discover what the coordinates are. But I want you to consider, when can there be more than one x-intercept? Why do you think that? After reviewing over the x-intercept and the y-intercept, now we're going to look at and identify the vertex of the parabola. Hopefully you will remember your vocabulary and know that the vertex is where there is a major change. You click on the box, you will see that the vertex is a point. In this case, right here where the change goes from decreasing to increasing. But you need to decide, is this vertex a maximum or a minimum? I've also included for you the equation in standard form. And notice, as you change your sliders, the equation will also change. Use this information to help you come up with the coordinates for the vertex. After hitting Next, you will find another task. We still have our sliders, we still have our input boxes for A, H, and K. This time we are going to find the axis of symmetry. As you move your sliders, see if you can notice a relationship that may occur with the vertex and the axis of symmetry. Answer the questions on the worksheet in correspondence to the axis of symmetry. I've given you a dotted line to help you identify where the axis of symmetry is located. And lastly, on the last page of our activity, you're asked to discuss briefly what you have observed through this activity in regards to parabolas and the key elements you explored. The previous button remains on the screen if you'd like to go back. Make any other observations or try to help understand what you have learned. When you finish this activity, please write your answers on the worksheet. And I hope that you have learned not only your vocabulary, but how to make changes to a parabola.